I am DYANAROZAY, and I bring a unique commentary to your favorite reality TV shows and whatever is popping on social media. If you are not a subscriber, please become one. Hit that notification bell too, that way you don't miss any of my videos. I go by DYANAROZAY on all platforms, and I appreciate every single one of y'all for rocking with me. What's up, Supreme Team? Welcome to the channel. Come on in, everybody. Y'all, we got some sad news. We got some sad news today. So I am here to talk to you guys a little bit about what just dropped, the news report that just dropped, along with some other pop culture news. So good afternoon. It's 2:00, right? Good afternoon. 2:00 my time. Good afternoon. Welcome, everyone. I see you guys. If you can hear the sound of my voice, let me know. Drop your city, your state, your country, your island, your continent, wherever you are from, into the chat so I can say hello to you real quick. And we can get it started. Oh my goodness, I'm so sad. Let me know that you guys can hear me. I see that Lady D Keys is already in the building. Anyone that you see with a wrench behind their name, give them a shout out. Say hello, because they are volunteering their time to make sure y'all have a good time, okay? So say hello to Lady D Keys for me. What is up, Terry? How are you? What is up, Esther? Esther Esponita. Hello, hello, hello. What's up, Houston? What's up, DMV? What's up, Jackie from ATL? Nice to have you. What's up, Erica? Nice to have you too. Welcome. What's up, Janelle Brown from Kansas City, Missouri? Y'all, I feel like I'm about to cry. Oh my God. Come on in. What's up, Constance? You can hear me? Great. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate that. It is storming real bad here. I'm looking out the window, child. It's like the wind is blowing, there's rain, thunder. So if y'all hear anything, that's what it is. And if the power goes out, I will check you on the next one. I'll give y'all a heads up first. But what is up, Dallas, Texas, child? Y'all, for Pete's sake. Listen, did y'all hear that? I told you it's thundering pretty bad here. So thundering, lightning. Hopefully, I'll be able to stay up as long as I get my my news report out. But let me share my screen with you guys real fast so y'all can get the tea. So you guys, I'm going to get started a little earlier. That thunder not playing. It is not. That thunder it means business. Halloween's Dallas, Texas. Come on in. Yes, listen, hold on. Let me put myself back up here. I believe in what the old folks used to tell us, right? When there's thundering, go somewhere and sit your ass down. Sit yourself down. Y'all should be turning off TVs. We like to talk on the cell phone. This is static electricity by your face. Don't do it. You're supposed to put all that stuff away. But technology has us thinking that we are stronger than Mother Nature, child. But anyway, here, let me get my story up. One of the Cosby kids is gone, passed away at age 54. This news came across my channel earlier today, and I just wanted to let everybody know condolences to him and his family. Oh my goodness, he was only 54. Okay, 54 is nothing. You're just learning how to, cuss somebody out good at 50 at 54. You know what I'm saying? Oh my goodness, how horrible. Let's see. Terry says she don't play about anything. She unplugs everything. Yeah, me too. Literally everything is unplugged except for this damn light that I got shining on my face and my computer. But I might have to unplug those things too. But yeah, let me give you guys the tea. So this is coming from Essence Magazine. They said we are heartbroken to report the passing of Malcolm-Jamal Warner at age 54 years old. A generation that grew up with Warner as Theo Huxtable, the beloved son of the Huxtable clan on The Cosby Show, which first aired back in 1984. So for all of us who remember The Cosby Show when it first aired back in 1984, people thought that Theo was cute. You know what I'm saying? A little dumb, but cute. So yeah, grew up watching him grow up. He grew up with a lot of us, right? Um, his portrayal helped redefine Black boyhood on screen, offering humor, vulnerability, and the depth across 8 seasons. But what Warner's talents actually extended beyond the sitcom, because in 2015 he became a Grammy Award winner for Best Traditional R&B Performance, sharing with Robert Glasper and also Layla Hathaway. So he actually did gospel music and some other things. He was an actor, a poet, a musician, a storyteller, but above all, he was a father and a partner and a friend. And they said we extend deepest condolences and prayers to his family, loved ones, and all those who was touched by his presence. May he rest in peace. So they are saying that it was an accidental drowning. Accidental drowning. And he has children, of course. They said that he was also married, but that he kept it private. Right now, no one has the names of his wife and children, and they have kept that out of any of the publications I've read. So all of the articles that I've read about it, they haven't mentioned that part. But I immediately thought of Regina King because everybody knows she had a long relationship with him, and she talked about how devastated she was regarding the breakup. And so just to have another, loss in life because she had lost her son. But right now they are reporting it as an accidental drowning. It's not written everywhere, but those are the reports that I have saw come out so far. So RIP to him, child. RIP to his family. What's up, everyone? Come on in. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I appreciate y'all. Hit the like button for me, please, and thank you. We are giving our condolences to Mr. Jamal, Malcolm-Jamal Warner, also known as Theo. Child. A lot of us, like I said, grew up watching The Cosby Show before it got tainted with all the stuff. But I am heartbroken to hear this. This was actually very, very shocking. He was 54 years old. 54. So y'all talk to me in the comments. Let me know what y'all remember about him. If you remember anything. I always say when you start seeing people pass away, you start thinking about, how long you got, child, especially when you are people that you grew up with. I'm like, oh my God. But yes. So come on through, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Malcolm-Jamal Warner is gone. Gone, gone, gone. Let me see if there is anybody else making posts so far. Just your condolences to the family. Okay. I'm reading stuff online now from other people. Y'all know Tabitha Brown, who is a social media entrepreneur, has done so much. She said that this was her brother. She said this one literally hurts. Malcolm-Jamal Warner was a brother to me. I have never had a brother growing up, but he was always my brother in my head. The entire Cosby clan was, but she said that she is very hurt by what has happened. So I'm just going to read y'all some of the stuff that is popping up regarding it. Okay. Cosby Show alum. People are still talking about it. Let's see. When you were dating your son's father, everyone would say that Malcolm looked so much like your son's father. Now, let me just tell you, Erica, because you and I are friends over there on the IG, I know you had talked to me about some stuff that your son was into, and I actually follow your son. And he does look a little bit like him. He looks like both of, I'm sure, like both you and your husband or ex-husband. But he does have a look that's very similar. So I can see it. I can see it. Okay. Without giving, I don't want to say too much because I don't know. I think your son has a public identity, but he does have a Malcolm-Jamal Warner look, child. Um, let's see who else. Who else is talking about it? Everybody, child. It's actually hit every station. Period. It has hit. Um, but everybody is just sending their condolences as of right now. Let's see who else is out here. I don't know if y'all can see my phone. This is D.L. Hughley. Y'all know the comedian. He said this one really hurts. This is one of my good friends. My heartfelt condolences to his family. Who else? But anyway, I have shared that with y'all. That's the news. That's the tea. We are going to move on a little bit so that we don't keep this a sad conversation. But yes, if anybody missed it, y'all can just rewind it a little bit and catch up. Malcolm-Jamal Warner, 54 years old. He had an accidental drowning. That is what I've seen so far. I want to say that that may not be officially confirmed. Let me also say that allegedly. But it was an accidental drowning is what is now coming out. He does have children. He also allegedly has a wife, but their names have not been released to the public. They said that he lived a very private life, and that's how he wanted it to stay. He didn't want his family's names out there. He wanted them to have normal lives. Okay, y'all. So I'm gonna take this down for a real quick second. We're gonna get some other stories up here. Y'all continue to talk to me in the comments about what y'all think. Okay, and we're gonna get moved on to the next one. Who else do I have? Let me get this out the way real quick. Justin Bieber, because I've been following the Biebs. He's also a youngin that I remember when he came on the scene, I think with Usher. I think it was with Usher who introduced him. But he's been struggling a little bit with narcotics and things. He was supposedly just in a clinic, detoxing is what they referred to it. And they didn't actually say the name. They didn't say he was there to rehab. They said he was there to detox. They wanted to be very clear in saying that. But they actually said that they spotted him basically saying that God still loves him, even if he isn't clean. Okay. He said that they are suspecting that it has to do with his alleged drug use. And he said that he's not ready to go anytime soon, but he is also not ready to quit using. So let's give some prayers out to him, because child, them pills and things be having a real tight grip on people. They can't let it go. It doesn't matter what they got going on in their lives, how talented they are, how much money they have. And that is unfortunate. So let's just hope that he can shake whatever monkey he has on his back, because it sounds like a heavy one. Okay. Let's move on to another topic, child. Hold on. Let me get a story up here. I don't know if y'all had an opportunity to watch Real Housewives of Atlanta last night, but there was one scene that was probably the best scene for me. What is up, Miss Gloria? Welcome to the chat. Welcome to the chat. There was a scene that was one of the best to me, and it had to do with Angela and her husband, Charles, child. Listen, I did not know that Charles was as good at the funky chicken. At the funky chicken as he actually is. Did y'all see this? They had taken a break, and I guess they were showing the behind the scenes after everybody went to lunch. And Angela saw her husband, child, and she started dancing and bopping. She said, I need you. I need you. I need your good energy. And then he started dancing. He started dancing over to her. I cried. Anyway, this was the best scene on the show. It let us know that Angela and Charles can, have some fun. It's not always as serious as sometimes we think it is when we are watching these scenes, child. But they had the opportunity. They showed themselves dancing, and then Charles said, "Let me get the exact quote." He said, "Where all them haters at?" Okay. Where all them haters at? That was hilarious. Can y'all hear me still? Let me know that y'all can hear me because I don't know if maybe my Wi-Fi has gone down. Okay, cool. Cool. Anyway, that was a cute moment. Thank you. I just sometimes I'm looking over here. I want to make sure that my Wi-Fi isn't down. But yeah, it was a cute moment. They know how to laugh and joke just like they might go at it every once in a while. But sometimes the TV show don't show you the more fun moments, and everybody have it in their mind that he don't love her, that he's ready to kick her to the curb. Child, this man is out here dancing for Angela, okay? She said, "I need you. I need your good energy." And he started bopping. Anyway, um, let's talk about RHOA real quick because it got super crazy between Porsha and her childhood bestie Shamea Morton. That was a hot ass mess. Listen, so if y'all didn't have a chance to see it, I'll give y'all a short and skinny of it. Porsha and Shamea last night, when you watched them, you could tell that they were really childhood friends because they fight each other like children fight each other. And y'all know what I'm talking about. Sometimes you get put in those situations where you're arguing with somebody, family members or whatever, and you will start speaking and acting just like you did when you were a kid, as opposed to a grown ass woman. Okay. And both Porsha and Shamea were speaking to each other the way a child would. All right. And you can tell it, you can see it. And it's unfortunate because even though adults should be able to see it, their castmates took advantage of Shamea. Shamea let that happen though. Porsha didn't. Porsha recognized that, those castmates are going to be they're going to do what they're supposed to do. Get in it, get you involved in some dumb shit. Shamea went along for the ride. And that makes me think that two things: either Shamea really don't fuck with Porsha, she don't like her, or number two, Shamea might not be as emotionally mature as one would hope, okay, even though she got all the nice things. That doesn't mean she doesn't deserve them. That doesn't mean that I don't like her. It just means that we know where she stands when it comes to this bullshit, okay? Shamea is not a nice person. You don't think so? I will say this. Shamea came on, in my opinion, and I had said this at the very beginning when everybody told me I didn't know what the fuck I was talking about. I told y'all, I said, y'all might want to pull back from giving to Shamea too much, because I could tell Shamea, she was talking way too dirty about Porsha. Even if her and Porsha has this history, and the history is true, as if she's saying Porsha used to talk bad about me or whatever, I would have rather watch it unfold between her and Porsha and not unfold between her and Drew, her and Angela, her and Kelly, all those people that she was talking to who did not give one damn about her. Okay. Shamea has envy for Porsha. You think so? A lot of people were saying that Porsha was actually jealous of Shamea. It did not look like that. With everything that's going on, it looked like Shamea could have been a little jealous of Porsha. Maybe jealous that she got the peach, right? Because that was Porscha's show. That's what, I'm sure they grew up and shared their dreams with each other about who they wanted to marry, how much money they wanted to have in the bank, what they wanted to do to be famous, because both of them wanted to be famous. Shamea wanted to be a singer. Porsha found a road on television. It's possible. That's what happens. We're not going to pretend like that's not what happens. But the problem is Shamea got completely duped, and she wanted everyone to think that Porsha was doing something to her. Porsha didn't go to her wedding. Porsha didn't send her congratulations. Porsha ended up releasing all those receipts, and it's the very opposite of what Shamea said. Nope, I always said that Porsha was not jealous of Shamea. I said it too. It didn't get me anywhere. People wanted to whoop my ass for it. People wanted to attack me for it. I think someone told me, you're the only one reporting this story like this. What is wrong with you? I was like, I don't know what y'all don't see, but Shamea got a plan. Okay. Shamea showed up on the reunion talking about there was an alliance built, and she tried to bring Porsha in it. There was an alliance, definitely. You had an alliance with Kelly. You had an alliance with Britt. And it was to do exactly what Porsha said, which was to take her down. She said, at the end of the day, you were going to use my story against me. You was taking some old ass bullshit that we were over, and you let this show change our relationship. And she's not lying. That did happen. Jay said, I don't give a fuck. I still don't like Porsha, and she's a hoe. But the thing is, I don't know if you are going to bat for Shamea, but they're the same. Everything that you claim not to like in Porsha, Shamea put on display. Period. I don't know. Does that what do you mean? Help me out, a Jade Stone. Help me out. And Kelly is a lapdog to the lapdog. Okay, so you're saying that Kelly's a lapdog to Shamea. And again, I'm just telling y'all what I saw on TV. I was sitting there completely gagged. You have a friendship. You have two people who have known each other since they were children. Children had babies around the same time. Their daughters were playing together. There's something that you have to protect when you come into a space like this. The fact that she wasn't willing to do it is all I need to know about her. When Porsha begged her at that dinner, Shamea, don't do this on TV. She said that. Why would you bring this to TV? Don't do it. I think that Porsha was being sincere. I think Shamea wasn't. I think Shamea was trying to get a moment. I think Shamea was trying to get her a second season with a peach. Lee, I said those words exactly. In a previous review. I said, I hate to bring this to y'all, but Shamea and Porsha are the same, except Shamea is a little bit more cutthroat because she does it with this emotional crazy shit. She wants people to have all this empathy for her, and it didn't play out well. She's a bad actress. She needs to take more lessons. But the bottom line is she raked her friend over the coals, and she looked bad doing it. Her alliances didn't hold her up either. Okay, so let's get into some of the dumb shit that Shamea did last night. Porsha actually had came on and said, look, I feel like you was dirty. I feel like you lied the entire season. That you were basically coming after me. You did have an alliance with Kelly. You had an alliance with Britt. Britt told me about it. It became obvious. She shared personal text messages, the whole nine. Even though Shamea keeps saying, those were all things that we had already discussed. Once you've already discussed them and they don't exist anymore, then you tell the people that's interested in them, I'm not even going to have that conversation with you. That's my friend. That's some old shit, right? She needed to come onto the reunion for someone to tell her, you shouldn't be bringing this back up. She did it with Phaedra too. Phaedra was like, listen, you and I have hung out. We've been friends. We've been cool. You've never brought this up to me, Shamea. And I actually asked you. And she said she still wasn't done. Then Drew got in her ass because she did. Because she was like, listen, Shamea, you're lying. Okay, when Shamea was trying to clear her name, she said, Shamea, you're lying. And don't do that, girl, because me and Angela were there. You were talking about Porsha like a dog. Shamea was not catching any breaks last night at all. I think the light has come upon Shamea and the closet is open. I was one of the ones who was supporting Shamea. A lot of people were supporting Shamea seriously, but it was because people didn't like Porsha. But I don't know. Shamea was like in your face with it. She was really in your face with it. She was the one who was starting the drama for whatever reason. I don't even think she got it all the way out yet. But at the end of the day, Drew sealed the deal and said, listen, Heifer, you was talking about her like a dog. I don't want to bring the receipts up to you because I will tell the truth, shame the devil. Okay? Porsha said, not only did I go to your wedding, I was a bridesmaid in your wedding. She's trying to tell her that. And instead of Shamea simply saying, Porsha, you went to an X, Y, and Z ceremony. I did not consider that my wedding, but you were there. Shamea didn't say shit. She enjoyed watching Porsha waddle. She enjoyed the idea of Porsha, being dogged out. Let's face it. What's up, Prudence? Welcome to the chat. Thank you. Thank you. My problem with Shamea is why wait until she gets on the show to bring up a 20-year-old issue? Facts. Facts. Even if she wanted to have that discussion with Porsha or say something, she should have said, Porsha, can we just have a sit down and talk about X, Y, and Z? When Porsha said, I went to your wedding and she said I didn't, I was like, because we did see the scene with Candy and all of them, and they were like, you need to go to the wedding. I was like, well, she didn't go, right? We were all thinking that Porsha dogged the girl out and didn't go. But that wasn't the case. And it would have taken Shamea this amount of energy to simply say that Porsha came to a wedding here in the United States. She said she had two, and she did. She did have two. But anyway, Porsha said, F it, I'm about to drop these receipts. Okay? She said, I'm about to drop these receipts, and she did. We're all going to play them because she don't care. So let's post it. This is an uncropped picture. And Porsha said, here's unseen receipts that follows episode 2 of the reunion. She said in slide 1, Queen Shamea, and I don't know how to pronounce her last name, her married name, so I'm not going to do that. But she said, Queen Shamea, first wedding, I'm by her side as a bridesmaid. The location was Atlanta, Georgia. The second wedding was in Africa. And then she said, this is referencing the Breakfast Club interview, because Shamea called Porsha a bold-faced, dog-faced lie. She said, this has to do with the Breakfast Club interview. Shamea stated, I only had one wedding. Clearly, you had two. Then Porsha goes on to say, in the second side, she sent her best friend flowers to congratulate her joining RHOA. She said her video, this is Shamea's video where she thanks Porsha for sending her the flowers. She also had a very excited congratulatory phone call that she made to Shamea as well. She said, at the end of the day, Shamea is the liar. Okay. She also said, P.S. lying again in her latest post, claims that the flowers were for her birthday. It was not. It clearly says, congratulations, Queen, not happy birthday. And she said that it is Shamea who does all the lying. Hold on. There's a lot of people who feel a little differently now. Shamea has been showing her ugly. I thought she was a little better than that. Hold on. We're going to talk about this designer bag. I don't know if it flopped, girl. I looked at the bag and I'm thinking she might have made a mistake. She might not have made a mistake. Porsha didn't go to the wedding. It was called a dowry in the United States, not a wedding. They are not the same. Okay, Annette, let me ask you a question. If Porsha said, I went to a wedding, in fact, I'm asking everybody in the chat the same question. Put a 1 or a 2 in the chat. I'm about to give y'all the thing. If I say to you, I went to your wedding, and you know it's something completely different, why wouldn't you just simply say, girl, that wasn't my wedding. It was called a blah, 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 and this was what it was about. Okay? Why wouldn't you say that? Now, I think most people would, but she was truly trying to impress upon the audience, really, that she wanted Porsha to look bad. Porsha wasn't lying. If y'all think that it would have taken her 2 seconds to simply say that wasn't a wedding, it was a this, and explain it, put it in the chat. Otherwise, why let Porsha continue to go on and on and on unless you are trying to prevent people from saying it? Oh, hold on, child. Someone is letting us know that was I'm African, and that was the trotty, if I'm pronouncing this right, trotty, not traditional, not the wedding, not the traditional wedding. Okay, why not just say that? So it's not the traditional wedding, but it is a wedding, not the traditional wedding. Exactly. Why would you use your friendship in a negative way to be on the show? Your own husband don't want to sit behind you and listen to your listen to your bullshit. And why you was kissing Candy while married. I'm just asking, why not just correct it? What's up, Lulu? Welcome to the chat. I appreciate you coming through, girl. Fabulous Face said Porsha is very manipulative. She knows that was not the traditional wedding. Fabulous. I don't know it's not the traditional wedding. A lot of the audience don't know that's a traditional wedding. Why didn't Shamea correct it? Is that not manipulative? Because from where I'm sitting, that feels just as manipulative for me. If there is certain things that happen in these ceremonies, then someone needs to explain it so that we can all be on the same page. Okay, Jade Stone said that Portia's slow. Okay, girl. Okay. That did happen many years ago, so who knows? If it looks like a wedding, smells like a wedding, it's a wedding. Okay, that's how I feel. Child, if I showed up, if I stood beside you, if I gave you a gift, if there was a whole thing going on, I would consider that a wedding. According to Porsha, she considered that part of the wedding. I don't know. I'm not ready to throw in the towel because I don't feel like Porsha robbed me of an explanation. I feel like Shamea robbed me of an explanation. Shamea looks more petty than Porsha, and I thought that she was the bigger person. Ew. Lee said that Porsha is not African and didn't have hers then. She may not have known the correct terms at the time. I mean, I'm just now learning the terms, so I understand it. I agree with you. I don't think that she was that deep into, well, I shouldn't say what I think because it does not matter. At this point, I actually feel robbed that Shamea did not correct it on the stage. I would have felt better if she would have simply came out and said, that's bullshit. Okay, this is what you attended. The other was the wedding, and I would appreciate it if you would stop saying that. That's what I would have liked. What's up, Chronic? Everybody say hello to Chronic. Porsha went to her wedding. She didn't do both weddings. Big deal. Okay, so you don't even care. Okay. Oh, hold on. Fabulous is coming back through. She said she did, Diana. Oh, she did? I did not hear that part. Shamea said that wasn't the wedding. It was for the dowry. Okay. She knows American people don't know, and that was very manipulative. Okay. I understand. That's why I'm asking, child. I'm asking, and I appreciate you too. Sean said, it's okay not to like Porsha, but be fair and see both points. Take the hatred for Porsha out of people. Okay. Porsha is not wrong in this situation. Okay. I'm going to say, I have to say, I'm still team Porsha. There were still things that that Shamea was doing that I thought was just moving too funny. The biggest thing was she was telling all of their business to everybody else except for Porsha. She was telling whatever she thought was going on between her and Phaedra to everybody else except for Phaedra. I don't know. I think she would have come across as a more solid person in her first season if she would have simply did a few things, because she let them girls use her up and spit her out. Okay. Team Porsha for prudence. Les Day 45 said Porsha, the Underground Railroad lady. knowing the difference. So you're not giving Porsha the benefit of the doubt. Okay. Getting Jazzy said, I agree with you, Diana. I appreciate that. Listen, and again, I'm not saying that I hate Shamea, because unfortunately, child, if you say that you don't like something somebody does, they take it as hate. I don't hate her. I actually hope that she gets another season, because I'm hoping that this particular season, she just didn't get to be great. Okay. I'm hoping that, sometimes that happens, but damn. I love Porsha. It's just a difference of culture that Porsha knows people won't understand. Okay. Okay. Got it. Let's see what else. They were both being petty. That's what S. Hill had to say. Well, it didn't stop there. Let's listen to some more stuff.
The beautiful bride.
Pause. So what are you called? Are you called the bride in a dowry? Someone who knows, please, Miss Fabulous, since this is a part of your culture and you do know, could you please help me understand, is the bride called the bride? Is the groom called the groom? What happens in the actual ceremony that might be considered different from an actual wedding? Okay, please. And if you want to come up, if you think it'll be too much to type, if you would like to come up, I will drop the link for you, because somebody's going to explain this shit today. I don't trust GPT chat, okay? I want somebody who is African and who knows the difference to tell us, okay? Hi, Lulu. Yes, I talked about Malcolm-Jamal Warner as soon as I opened up my chat. So that was the first story I talked about, and we spoke on it. Help me understand, friend. Help me understand. Anybody, I don't know if Fabulous is still in the chat, Fabulous Faces, but if there is someone who knows the difference, let me know. Okay. You're still the bride, but it's just a ceremony. You have a ceremony called the traditional, then the actual wedding. Okay, so it's a ceremony, and our vows exchanged. Our vows exchanged. Do you take this man to be your lawfully wedded? Do you take this woman to be your lawfully wedded? Let me know. This is what fame does to people. A little camera time will turn you into a villain. Porsha never answered Angela's questions about sleeping with Charles. What do you mean? She did say she didn't sleep with Charles. Not only did she say she didn't sleep with him, she apologized to both Angela and to Charles. And that after the apology, they had honored her at their charity event. Remember? We gonna learn today, okay? When I hang up with the live, I'm gonna be calling people and say, "Let me tell you what a dowry is." Okay, okay. I want to know. Okay, I agree. Thank you, child. I just want to know. I understand what you're saying, that it's a ceremony, but our vows exchange. Annette Johnson is saying a dowry ceremony is a cultural practice where gifts, often including money. Okay, so that's when the lady's sitting there and they're throwing money on her and she's not supposed to smile. And the second she smiles, that's when they stop throwing money on her. Is that what it is? Because I've seen videos of that. That's cute. I love it. Okay. They exchange gifts, often including money, property, or other valuables between the families. It's usually in the context of a marriage. Got it. Shamea did say she had two weddings. Okay, what's up, Ty? Welcome to the chat. Diana is cracking me up. Different countries do different things, but you dress up in African garb and the families exchange prayer, etc., and the dowry is money. Okay, okay. So I think I understand. I think I'm gonna have to do a little more investigation. But what you're saying is it could be seen as two weddings, if I'm not mistaken. It could be seen as two weddings, but there's one that has a very different context than the other. One is about property, money, prayer, family, the families meeting each other, which is what would be considered just a regular American wedding. And then there's also a wedding that happens, the traditional wedding, which is, I don't know what happens in that particular ceremony. Somebody needs to tell me the difference. The other part, the second traditional wedding, what happens there. It's not about money. If Shamea lives in a $7 million home, she is not broke. Ooh. Okay, Peggy. Peggy said it wasn't about the money. Well, a dowry is a money, is money, right? She apologized, but I asked a question, why did you say that? She never answered that. I thought she did answer it, but I could be wrong. You keep talking to me, and I'll see what I don't want to put something out there. That's not what you meant. It's a shame that women dislike Porsha because she's a beautiful woman and has a great body. Yes, she might be a little she might be a little slow, but she has shown us who she is and am. Okay, this isn't the best example, but think of going to someone's courthouse versus their wedding. Okay. Okay, so you're saying that there is a ceremony where gifts are exchanged. There's a lot of prayer that happens. The families, I guess, engage each other in a different way than they would the wedding. So after that happens, there's just a second ceremony that is way more formal, is what I'm going to assume you mean. Way more formal, not a courthouse wedding. Got it, I think. And okay. Okay. You're right. Cultures are different. Shamea is American. Her husband, I believe, is Kenyan. I think. Let me know if he's Kenyan or Nigerian. He looks Kenyan to me. But yeah, okay, so that happened. Let's listen to a little bit more.
Congratulations, I love you.
Asante sana Rafiki.
Rihanna.
Love and congratulations, Queen. Let's go, XOXO. This is supposed to be the flowers for what? The flowers to congratulate her for being on RHOA. So this is the flowers for the wedding. And I'm going to turn the volume off because Shamea's very obnoxious. But she is showing the video of Shamea being super happy, letting Porsha know that she received the flowers and how they're going to show out. She's dancing and stuff. After she made the video, she sent it to Porsha to let her know that she was appreciative of her sending flowers. And congratulations. Let me see. Did Shamea not know that P was coming during the ceremony? What's the real issue? Has Shamea and her husband lost respect for P over how she's treating Simon? I don't know. I just hope that they don't start releasing each other's deep secrets. They should call it a day. Well, as of right now, I'm happy you said that. As of right now, Shamea has deleted her response to Porsha's videos. It has been deleted. I'm sure other people have picked it up. But what Shamea ended up saying is what you guys have said. Some of you have said in the comments that it was not a traditional wedding. And then she went on to say that Porsha and this fake ass friendship is over. She did say that. That's a quote. Porsha sent that a month after she got the announcement. Why would it take your best friend a month? And it was a week before Shamea's birthday. How convenient. Shamea said that those were for her birthday, but if that was the case, why didn't she put happy birthday? Well, that's what Porsha said. She said you knew that the flowers were for the show because it didn't say happy birthday on it. But Shamea said, I thought Porsha was going through something because of the divorce stuff. So it seemed like she was giving her a pass when she was on the reunion stage. However, to her castmate, she was talking Porsha like a dog. She was talking about her like a dog. Very obnoxious in her Martin voice, child. Yeah, I could only listen to that once. I said, I'm done. Um, it's sad, but Shamea doesn't need Porsha anymore. Oh, okay. This is what you think? It seems as though Shamea has other friends that are of bigger status than Porsha, so the negatives are being discussed. Really, Tia? Y'all, you know what I think? I honestly think that Shamea let people get in her ear about Porsha when she just should have. She didn't know how to tell people to back down. Listen, there's things that happen in your family, right? Like me and my sister, we can go at each other sometimes the way we did when we were little. But at the end of the day, that's my sister. You will never, ever, 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 ever say anything bad about my sister. I don't care what I said about her. I will whoop your ass for saying something. You know what I'm saying? My sister feels the same way about me. Y'all know that. Y'all know that we can say stuff, but you aren't supposed to say things. And that's taught to you. Like, I mean, I guess, because my mama used to say it all the time. I don't give a damn what y'all say to each other. What happens outside with outsiders you don't ever side with them about your family. That's your blood. Let's see, Diana. I honestly think that Shamea is smart, but she doesn't know how to articulate her feelings, and Porsha does. You could be right. So automatically people side with Porsha. Just so y'all know, I love me some Porsha, but fair is fair. Okay. Okay. I agree. Shamea fell short in the friendship. This is how it appeared to me as well. If I'm sitting in a group of people who all know that I have been talking about someone I called my best friend, and then that person goes, Shamea, you got anything you want to get off your chest? I'm going to look down at her like, bitch, are you okay? Why would you say that? You know what I'm saying? Like, don't do that, because now I know you're trying to be shitty. I know you're trying to be a horrible friend. Okay. Look, Pacino finally jumped. She said, yes, we do know that about at Clone. Okay. Thank you, Pacino. Y'all know my sister, and she is grown. We both grown. It's just how people feel. It's how you were taught. Um, some people are taught to deal with stuff like that, but I don't know. There was things what she was doing where she was falling short for me, and I get it. Maybe you feel like she didn't know how to articulate it. For me, I've seen Shamea stand up for Porsha. I've seen her stand up for other things. So I'm gonna need her to know how to handle herself on this show. Um, Let's see. Yes, she's tired of being a sidekick. Shamea feels like her status has changed, and she resents Porsha for not helping her change that perspective. Oh wow, that's deep, girl. Okay, Lee said that Shamea ran the first opportunity she saw to talk negatively about Porsha to these heifers. Okay, Shamea may be rich financially, but she is broken inside. I too feel like Shamea has, like I said at the beginning, she got some growing to do, and you could see it. There were moments where her and Porsha were going back at each other, but Porsha knew how to compose herself and get back on track and say, Shamea, are you going to let me finish? Shamea, are you going to let me talk? Because I really want to get this out here. So there was very much moments where Porsha was being grown and trying to handle it in a grown way. But Shamea can be taken right back down to when they were 9 or 15 or whatever the age is. And she has to be stronger than that. We've seen that with Candy too, when they had that escape get together, and Candy was like whining and crying. And I was like, who is this Candy? I ain't seen this Candy before. And I think it was little Tiny who said, girl, you grown as hell. You got to tell us what you feel. We can't read your mind, right? It took someone inside the group to tell her that, because it made her go, this is a businesswoman. She's had a whole bunch of boyfriends and husbands and children, and she still went right back to that place where she was a kid. Um, so we'll see next week what happened between the mothers, if they tell. I want to see if Portia's going to tell it, because she cut her, she stopped talking when Andy Cohen said, what happened between y'all mothers that was so egregious? What did Shamea's mom do? She stopped talking. So I want to see what that is. This is why you need friends, to be honest with you. I agree. I think people who don't have friendships where people can tell you honestly what's going on, that is a detriment to your soul. That is a detriment to the journey you were brought here on earth to actually walk. It's a detriment. You hear me? There's a lot of people who will keep you on the wrong path, child, by blowing smoke up your ass. Get away from those people. They'll mess your life up. Shamea should just have been honest with Porsha and told her how she really felt about her not going to her wedding. Or she should have been able to squash it when Porsha and her thought they squashed it already. Once you think you squash it, to bring it back on the show the way she did was wrong. Even her say, why can't we be like we be when we ain't on the show? When she did that when she did that thing when her and Porsha went to dinner, why can't we be the same way we are when we ain't on the show? And she was like, and Porsha said, Shamea, you got to let that happen naturally. I'm not able to do that. You said that I needed to get paid more, that she need to get paid more. Okay, calm down. That shit was hilarious. Why didn't Porsha have the no-fly diagnosis when she was traveling? I don't know. I'm going to say this, though, just to be, this is still a win for Porsha, in my opinion. If you think that you squashed the beef between somebody and they bring it back up like the shit happened yesterday, I'm going to still look at you sideways, because why would you get everybody to come against me with your old wounds? Like, I don't know that that's still bothering you to this extent. Porsha's been engaged. She's had a wedding and a divorce. She's had a child. There's a whole lot of shit that has taken place where it's not sitting in Porsha's head the way it's sitting in Shamea's. And it shouldn't be sitting in Shamea's head like that anymore. You got to get over stuff. When people are like really still in the thick of things, it may be that the other person doesn't know that you're there. You live life, girl. You got to keep living. You got to keep living. Let's see. As of right now, y'all, the friendship is over. At least on Instagram it is. They're not receiving each other's Instagram messages anymore, okay? They have both unfollowed each other. They are no longer hanging out at this point. Yeah. I don't know. I would want you to get over it if you told me you were over it. That's not fair. Porsha also said 10 years later, I didn't come to your wedding because I thought we weren't in a good place. I thought it was a no-fly diagnosis. Fabulous. Let me just say this, girl, because I might hopefully shed some light on it. If you are blindsided, okay, not the no-fly, but blindsided, you are at an event where you're trying to advertise whatever your businesses are. Everybody's there. They look good. They are taking their promo pics, all the things. And you are in a meditation of all things, okay? Let's look at this from Porsha's side. And there's someone instigating a problem between you and your best friend. I might say anything. Girl, we weren't in a good place. Girl, it was a no-fly. Girl, I stubbed my big toe. I don't know. All I'm going to say is the way she brought it to the table was the wrong thing to do, especially when on multiple times during the season, first with Angela. Oh, Porsha, I think you need to talk to Shamea. She said you weren't a good friend. Porsha starts crying. Are you serious? And then she gets up. She's like, girl, it's my time to go. When Britt brought it to her, she was showing me private texts between you and her and blah, blah, blah. She said, listen, you handle Shamea the way you want to handle Shamea, and I'm going to do what I need to do with Shamea. I'm not going to drag her or dog her. She gave Shamea grace that Shamea did not give her the entire season long. And everybody is connected to a wedding that It's done. It's over with. If the girl is no longer your friend, if you didn't like her because she didn't go to the wedding, why did you show up here and make it seem like she was your best friend? Shamea is, unfortunately, for me, more wrong than Porsha. That shit that happened when Porsha was a $105, she probably didn't even weigh 100 pounds. Okay? You're expected to grow up. You might have some jealousy and some dumb shit back in the day, but you're expected to grow up and be better. Unfortunately, people keep keeping them in that same place. They shouldn't be in the same place. And Shamea's job was to tell the people that was, oh girl, tell me about what happened 10 years ago, was say, mind your business. We're not there anymore. Annette said, Porsha is a mean girl. She meant what she said. Porsha talked bad about her BFF with Phaedra. Okay, girl. Fair is fair. I can agree that it was presented the wrong way, but the girls were being messy, facts, and trying to force Shamea to convey her feelings. Okay. She should have talked to Porsha first. She should have talked to her before things got real ugly and before Porsha thought, well, damn, I might not have a friend in Shamea, because that's what you're going to think when everybody keeps bringing you problems between the two of you. Shamea has been married for 10 or 11 years now. Who gives a girl? Who gives an F? Facts. Shamea didn't have anything else to talk about. That's true. I agree. I do think that's the case. I don't know if y'all remember, but after Shamea was confirmed to be a peach holder, Shamea and Porsha did go out. They were all over social media, laughing, joking. They were drinking. It looked like they had went to an island. They were on a private plane. They were taking photos everywhere. It felt like it went on for about a week. They did hang out. Porsha hasn't re-released those receipts, but that was out there. Do y'all remember that? We thought we were going to get one of the best seasons ever because they looked like they were real friendly. They looked like they were true BFFs, laughing, joking, giggling, being obnoxious with each other. You remember, I do. Being obnoxious with each other, singing, laughing, talking, making all kinds of jokes about Simon. There was a whole lot of shit going on. Okay, look, Fabulous said, Diana, I'm standing 10 toes down on this one. Okay, not the T fingers. She said, I love Porsha, but she's playing a game while Shamea, unfortunately, is being a people pleaser. Okay, I'm going to let you have it. I just don't see it that way. Ty said, at the end of the day, we sick of both of them. Both of them, okay? We sick of both of them. All right, y'all, listen, child. Let me see if I got any more stories to talk about. I thought that was unfortunate. Let's talk about this damn handbag real quick. Oh, Lord, child, because Drew is being accused of posting a fake and phony receipt. And I'm going to tell y'all about this handbag. Hold on. Let me move this back. Okay. So last night, after Shamea accused Drew of carrying a fake $6,000 bag, Shamea brought her $6,000 bag onto the show. Okay. She brought it onto the reunion and she said, look at my bag. Look at the quality of my bag versus what showed up on screen with Drew. She said the bag was fake. Drew decided to post a receipt, which I'll show y'all in a little bit because somebody actually was in the comments and said, Drew, this receipt is fake. I can tell by X, Y, and Z. Okay. But can y'all tell the difference between the sparkle of the real JAL bag versus the bag that Drew actually carried on the show, yes, they're saying that the receipt is fake. Okay. Can y'all tell the difference? Let me put up another picture. Now, the second Angela saw it, she was like, oh, you're wearing a Lieberman. Like, Angela knew exactly what it was. She clocked it immediately. Hold on. And she was like, well, I got to bring it if I was coming over here. Let me show y'all a closer picture because I need y'all to tell me what y'all think in the chat. Okay, here it is. Can y'all see it? Do you see how the diamonds go down as opposed to across, side to side? Do you see it? You see it. The diamonds are different, or the crystals or whatever the hell they're supposed to be are different. This is an actual photo from the show. So this is the bag that she walked into Angela's house in. Angela clocks it immediately. And Angela probably knew it was fake, but Angela's probably being funny as F. Y'all know Angela is funny, okay? She was like, not you with the Lieberman. She was like, oh yeah, girl, I had to bring it if I was coming over here. But there's no way you can't tell that these crystals that are going across on this bag is completely different, okay? From what the hell showed up on that show. Thank you, K. Avery, baby. That's a fake bag. And listen, I would buy the fake bag. I would buy the fake bag, but I wouldn't have brought it on the show. This shit is hilarious. I love Drew, but it's a fake, sis. Thank you. Messy production. Let's talk about it, Ty, because they zoomed in on that bag. We didn't have to motherfucking know. We didn't have to know. The audience didn't, but they zoomed in on the bag. And for Drew to have carried the fake bag and posted a fake receipt, this is the thing with Drew. This is why people be getting mad at Drew, because you get caught up. Like, oh, I want Drew to be right, and then Drew be letting us all down. Damn, it's a fake. Right, because it was supposedly shipped 2-day free of charge shipping. That was on the receipt. Yes, everybody was like, I wish I had 2-day free shipping. Facts. It's small. You can't tell. Yes, you can. Don't play. Don't play. Look at that bag. Let me take this down. The crystals start dropping. The very top line of crystals start dropping. Also, there's a monochromatic color. So it starts off with like a white, then a light pink, then like a purple, then it's supposed to go down to like a deep red. That's not showing up on the bag that Drew has. Look at the fake damn crystals going down. That's something Bishop Don Juan or whatever that nigga who hangs out, that hangs out with Snoop Dogg would wear. Look at that. Look at the bottom part. There's nothing about it that's the same. Nothing. I mean, outside, not even the shape of it is the same. Look at how the top of the bag, where you're supposed to open and close it, that's real thin, and look how thick the other one is. Drew messed up. Baby, I ain't paying $6K for no damn martini purse. Okay, I'll go to the Dollar Tree and make you one. Well, thank you. Okay, I'm not trying to be funny, but yes, the audience was like, Drew with the expensive bag. I know I did. I actually was like, okay, Drew pulled up and knew how to show out, but that's not what happened here. The lime is also brighter. Yes, that's right. The lime is also brighter. And check it out. The diamonds on the lime that's real versus that black shadowing that's on the fake line. That's on the fake bag. There's not even diamonds. It's just like dark lines that goes through it. That is exactly why That is exactly why production zoomed in on it. That is exactly why. Drew got dogged. Oh my God, dogged walked. And let me say something, because I'm not buying that damn bag no matter what. So I could care less. But I will say this, because a lot of people are saying they want wealth and stuff on the show. Let's see. I mean, that's the type of something that Shamea would buy, right? Because when the second Drew said, or she calls out that bag for being fake, you would think that Drew would say something back about how, Shamea is a little tacky. But the cat caught her tongue. She was like, "Oh, girl. Oh, girl." The stems are different. The base is different. Everything's different. Many people carry knockoffs. It's kind of petty for those women to clown her about it. Drew has never been boastful about things. Okay, Candy, let me say this to you. I don't care that Drew carried a fake bag. Does not bother me one bit. I think Shamea wanted to embarrass Drew, clearly. She wanted to point her out as a liar, things like that. I will say this. Thank you for bringing me back to my point. I think it was Cynthia and Nene Leakes who were talking about how the girls are coming on and trying to let people, believe that they got all this money in the bank. And she said, "Baby, right before filming, we would be over at TJ Maxx getting a new outfit or a purse or shoes or whatever to carry, because we weren't trying to put it out there like that." And she has a point. I think that's what made them relatable, is that they was wearing some shit that I could wear. Because when I would see their clothes, I can't tell you the number of times I went to H&M and bought the same pair of pants that I saw Kenya wearing one day. I was like, these are the same ones, child. And I wore those pants until the stitches came out. But that's real. That's what makes them relatable and like us. It's this type of shit that makes you think, well, girl, why would you do that? Just wear a regular bag. And the fact that Angela said not the Lieberman, oh, now I know that Angela knew. I knew Angela knew that was a fake bag if she saw it. Yes, I'm not saying that Shamea didn't lie. All I'm saying is, don't get caught like this. This is a rookie mistake. Drew's been on the show for 5 seasons. It's okay. Just don't do it. Keyword relatable. Correct. We might like some of the nice fancy things. Like, I loved to see Shamea's house. Loved it. Loved that her husband was buying her the big car and all that stuff. But if Shamea went on down to the TJ Maxx and bought a real nice outfit, I would be okay. That's why Kenya's trying to sell her clothes now. You might be right, but I used to love Kenya's outfits, but I used to see their stuff. I actually would do a food tour. Before I started living in Atlanta, I would watch where they ate on TV, and then when I would come visit my friends here, we would go to the restaurants that they went to. I mean, it was fun for people who were, a part of the RHOA scene. It was fun to do. But yeah, don't act like you don't know. The OGs didn't have it until they had it. Right. But I'm not buying that dumbass crystal purse no matter what, because I personally think it's ugly. But I'm not going to buy it, period. I'm not even buying a knockoff. Ralph probably bought it for her and told her it was real. Well, unfortunately for her, fabulous, I think Angela knew. I think that's why they zoomed in on the purse. I think that the problem was when she called it a Lieberman, I think that the production team was probably like, well, what's a Lieberman? Then when they actually saw the picture, they probably went and looked at Drew's bag and said, we need a close-up on this, because they did a close-up for a good 30 seconds. I talked about it and actually took a still frame of it and talked about it in my review for the show. But yeah, let's look at the receipt now. Since we're talking about that, let's look at the damn receipt, child. Hold on. Let me put the bag back up here. Let's talk about the receipt, because unfortunately, the receipt has Drew's name on it. That's how she got herself in trouble. Why stick with the lie? Why not just tell her to take a hike? Because now you got her playing you by showing you her real bag. Look at that. Bergdorf and Goodman. Drew actually had the nerve in the middle of the damn night to post a receipt and make people think it was her damn real purse. Now, listen, I'll say this just to give Drew a break. What's her name? Bethany Frankel had bought a name brand pair of shoes, and I don't remember the name of the shoe. She bought it at TJ Maxx though. Okay, she bought it at TJ Maxx and she said, these are a steal. These shoes typically cost $800. They're at TJ Maxx for $300. Somebody who recognized the shoe said, that's not the brand. That's a lie. And whoever the real brand was ended up sending her the real shoe. Like, girl, take them shits off and don't call them our shoe again. Okay. Just in case, Drew ended up getting a fake bag because someone over there at Bergdorf and however it's pronounced, Bergdorf and Goodman took their fake bag and stuck it in Drew's box and shipped it. Maybe that happened. Okay, if I want to give her the benefit of the doubt. Angela is so messy. I'll never forget Sheree chasing Nene out of her restaurant and yelling her car got repoed out of the Home Depot parking lot. Facts. Everybody has that moment, child. What else did they say about Sheree? That she got kicked out of Neiman Marcus? She's not allowed in there no more? She got caught stealing or something, and she's on the list. She's never allowed back. Maybe Angela was in on being messy with production. That could have actually happened. Porsha said that she was more upset that Shamea kept doing interviews and smearing her name. Porsha said that she could have gotten over what Shamea did on the show. However, Shamea kept it going. She did say that. Thank you for bringing that up. Yep, you're absolutely right. How did she get the receipt? So what they're saying is that it's a fake receipt, and it's possible to because you see the lines and everything crossed out. It's possible she could have cut it off. This is real easy to do. Let's not pretend like we don't know. It's real easy to do. If she did have a real receipt, you show how it was the shipping part, and then you put down at the bottom the fake part. Well, I'll tell you what, we know that the bag is fake. So if the bag is fake and that receipt is real, Drew needs to sue the hell out of Bergdorf and Goodman. People call Drew great value. Oh, Lord. Whenever Drew starts smooching her lips, I already know that she's lying about something. So I knew it was fake then. And she did it. Hold on, let me put this up. And she did it when they said that, when they said she sent those receipts to Kenya of Brit. She sure did. As soon as Shamea said, wait a minute. Hold on. As soon as she said, wait a minute, who sent you the receipt? And Porsha said, it was Drew. Drew just went like this. And she kept it cute. She didn't say anything else. You might be right. Either way, at this point, Britt said that the pictures aren't even hers. So, it would be great marketing for Bergdorf, whatever it is, to chime in and gift Drew with a real purse and capitalize off of it. Maybe. Y'all, we will see. Let's see if anything comes of it, child. Because I'm going to tell you something. These stores and all that shit, they get in on these comments. And it would be real funny if somebody said, we went through our our client list, and Drew's not a part of it. They like to get in on it. They say crazy stuff all the time. Shamea places monetary value on everything, and that's why she also shamed Britt over the donation. Shamea is very materialistic, and that's why she wears 12 labels at once. 12 labels at once. Oh, hold on, child. Knockoff stores will send realistic receipts. I got one from a purse that someone gifted me. Oh, wow. Wow. I didn't know that. I have well, I won't say. I'll leave it alone. Porsha is selfish. Porsha is a selfish woman that doesn't want to share the spotlight with her so-called best friend. Did y'all ever think that sometimes people know that being put in a situation on those shows will break y'all up forever? And so they are very protective of it? Because let's face it, Shamea is pretty famous, right? She does that stuff with the games. She travels a lot. She's on the radio show. She meets a lot of, she rubs elbows with a lot of people, with a lot of the rich and famous. She doesn't need the show to be on it or to be in the limelight. Porsha has done some acting jobs and some other things. It could have been that she just really thought that it would probably be the straw that broke the camel's back to bring her on there. Are they going to recast because Kelly can't pay her rent? Angela said that she is struggling with the houses. Britt is suing Drew. I don't think Britt's suing Drew anymore. It might not be happening. Hold on one second, y'all. Oh, Sheree returned too many worn items, and that's why she's not allowed in Neiman Marcus anymore. I don't have a Chanel bag. I don't have a Chanel bag. Breaking up relationships is one part of the contract. It is messy. Andy was trying to get them back together. I'll say that. He was like, please, y'all figure this out. But as of right now, it looks like it's done. They're not coming back together. So yeah, y'all, that's pretty much it. That's the tea. That's the tea for today. We'll see if anything else happens a little later. Rest in paradise to Malcolm-Jamal Warner. His life was stopped short. Again, it's alleged to be an accidental drowning, but more information will come out. It's unfortunate that Shamea and Porsha are where they are. But, they have a lot of life left, child. Let's hope they get it together. You're waiting for Charles? Yes, me too. Let me show Charles one more time. I'm going to have Charles send us out of here because Charles and Angela are funny to me. I really like them as a couple. They give me a little bit of Greg and Nene, a little bit. You know what I'm saying? But we're going to have Charles funky chicken us out of here. He's going to give us his funky chicken. Hold on. Let me take this up. Charles is hilarious. Who knew Charles couldn't dance? When I tell y'all I cried when I saw him do that, that was funny. Anyway, we shall talk again soon, and very soon. But yeah, Charles is funny, and I can't wait for him to. He's supposed to tell Phaedra that they don't know each other. Phaedra got a little too familiar. I told y'all that. I think Phaedra got a little too familiar, and Charles is going to sit behind his wife and say, "You don't know me, okay? Where's your husband?" Which is going to stump Phaedra one more time. But anyway, can I tell y'all something? I am not a good dancer, but my husband knows how to dance. He is a good dancer. He is not the funky chicken that Charles is doing, child. I might funky chicken, but my husband does not. Anyway, That's it. That's all. I appreciate every single one of y'all for rocking with me. Thank you to all the moderators who came through. Y'all are the best. Hit the like button on your way out. Follow me on all my platforms at DYANAROZAY. And I will check you all on the next one.